Trick or treat, bang, bang!
Welcome to ASP Stuff Radio, the spooky internet radio show stuffily packed with tasty, mind-watering tricks and treats. It's October 28th, one day away from our show's first anniversary, when ASP Stuff Radio was born out of the Andromeda Galaxy on October 29th. Joining me tonight are my ghoulish guests, Stevocrates and Paoleto. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yes.
So how did we get from Andromeda Galaxy?
I don't know, but you're going off topic already.
No, you put it there. It's right on top.
I think the more relevant question is, wow, how did 1 year go by so quick?
Yeah, I remember that episode. That was just you and Stevocrates talking about wet noodles and balls dropping.
And balls dropping and Clinton's testes, testicular nodules.
Started on a good note, on a good ball note.
A ball dropping episode. But yeah, it just flew by.
And then there were a few terrorist attacks like every other week. And now it's a lot of political fodder.
And
leading up to the big event.
Yep, which is
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now, I think we'll have a president elected.
But it might take a couple days to get it all sorted out.
Yeah, especially if one of the candidates doesn't accept the results.
Yeah, one of the candidates won't.
So if they don't accept it, then they have to do the votes? I don't get it. I never understood that.
No, I think if it's close, they can appeal the results or have it recounted.
Or
sort
they
of like what happened in 2000.
They could go for a hostile takeover, a military coup.
That's an option too.
You know, but it's kind of like what happened with Turkey.
So if the loser is not happy or they suspect something with the results, then they have the right to challenge the winner?
I think if it's close.
Okay.
If any of the states are close or if it's a close election, then they can.
Just like the back in Al Gore days, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah, Gore-Bush 2000.
Gore Bush.
That's
very close. I think Gore won the popular vote and Bush won the electoral vote. And Florida was
rigged.
Wrong.
Rigged.
Yeah, so that if it's like that, then you might see some challenges from whoever loses.
Well, I think even if it is a kind of a landslide, which is probably could be, weren't they talking about Trump kind of being not wanting to relinquish the country or the presidency to...
Yeah, but Clinton. If it's not close, then it's just him being a baby and there's not really much he can do about it.
Well, of course, he's going to complain no matter what.
Yeah.
Close or not, he's just going to...
Well, we're left in suspense from the last debate. He said he'll leave it up in the air.
No, I'm going to tune in just to see what happens with that.
But did you guys hear about the FBI, the director, he decided to reopen Hillary Clinton's email?
Yeah, I heard something about Anthony Weiner.
Weiner.
Well, he had some private emails, or I don't really understand what was going on, but they're still looking into whether or not Hillary Clinton's emails were a part of that.
I think one of them or a couple were classified emails.
Yeah.
So I guess
that's perfect timing.
Yeah, how perfect.
And then there's another Trump video that came out today too.
Really? Okay. I'm
something about 4 years or 5 years ago in Australia. He demeaned another supermodel or something.
Emails, classified material, potential targets for...
Yeah, they were trying.
Yeah.
Trying to balance it out.
Might be too little too late, or you think it'll actually make it close?
It'll be interesting the next several days what dirt they dig up for each of them.
See what they find.
Their campaign are both working hard.
Well, what news would derail the Clinton campaign?
Clinton murdered her family member.
Like if she was
Probably already
behind the mastermind behind it or something. There's a classified email that they open up and it shows that she ordered it.
Or what appears to be a seizure or coughing fits, they're really just a malfunctioning algorithm in a robotic body.
Oh, that she's a robot.
Yeah, they discover she's not real.
Trick or treat, bang, bang.
What? What was that?
Trick or treat, bang, bang.
Is that Larry David?
Yeah.
That's Larry David, isn't it?
I got some classic clip of Larry David in Curb Your Enthusiasm, Halloween. I don't know if you remember that Halloween special or episode.
There's
From
a bunch.
season 1?
Yeah, I think it's season 1.
I don't remember season 1. It's so long ago. I have to watch all those again sometime. What did he say?
Trick or treat, bang, bang.
Trick or treat, bang, bang.
Trick or treat, bang, bang.
What was he referring to?
I have to play the clip. But before I do, I got a letter from our dedicated listener, Hideko.
Oh, Hideko, since day one.
Dedicated Indonesian listener. So I'll go ahead and read that. Dear ASP Stuff Radio, I can't believe it has been years since I listened to your awesome show. I made friend listen to your show, but after he got severe sick and died. But he said it was funny too. Any hoot, you get it? Like the owl? I would like to know, what is your go-to candy for Halloween? My favorite is pixie sticks. I think best way to eat pixie stick is to pour the powder on a silver platter and snort it up inside your left nostril. The right nostril is too hairy. I get a sugary kick out of it, and then I can't stop. You should try it too. Here's to another great year of ASP Stuff Radio. Hideko, your dedicated Indonesian listener. Okay.
So he has been listening because we've noticed his English progressively getting better and better.
That's true. The first email was a little off.
I didn't realize he was a pixie addict.
He loves pixie sticks.
Snorts
Sure, he's
sugar.
talking about the candy.
I know. I'm going to have to respond to make sure I'm going to ask him the color of this powdery substance he's snorting.
Ask him if he's buddies with Marco and Donald.
Rubio. So what's your go-to candy for Halloween? We gotta satiate Hideko's curiosity.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Why?
Because it mixes chocolates with peanut butter. It's a perfect blend.
Okay. How about you, Paoleto?
I was probably going to go with that Reese's peanut butter cups, but I think Snickers are also really good too.
Okay.
Can't be
Those
Snickers.
little fun size Snickers.
And the fun size, yeah, you don't want to indulge too much. Well, now
No.
that you're older, but
Because you want to eat the Snickers, and then you also want to eat some Three Musketeers.
But see,
That's
sometimes
my
when you go trick or treating, you have those people that toss in the full candy bar.
yeah, but then
nobody doesn't mind that, right?
but then you're stuck eating that whole bar. And
Yeah.
you can't
that's all right.
investigate all the other little tidbits in there.
But if it's a Snickers, I mean, that's the good stuff. It's not like the other stuff like Nerds or something.
Oh, I hate those sweet.
What is
Those are
it? Like
pretty
cheap
good.
candy, right? Or Tootsie Rolls or something.
Nah, I like
those are the worst.
especially the flavored one, the non-chocolate Tootsie Roll bars, like the green and strawberry Tootsie
Oh,
Roll.
you do like those?
I don't like
I
those.
don't think-
I like Kit Kat bars.
I don't know anybody who likes Tootsie Rolls. Do they go out of business?
No, they still make them.
Butterfinger. I like Butterfinger.
Yeah, but then they get all stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
What's your go-to? Did you say your go-to?
I just said I think it's a Kit Kat bars. Kit Kat bar is that?
Cat bars.
Yeah,
All right.
I like the wafer crunch.
The crunch. That's why. The little crunch.
Or else, are you going to hear hosts of a radio show or podcast talk about their favorite candy bar from Halloween?
Maybe the Vin Scully show.
Yeah.
A favorite candy bar.
What do you think Vin's
This
favorite?
Probably likes those orange pumpkin or like the corn.
candy corn. Oh, those were popular back in the 1920s.
No, it was the NPR Marketplace guy. He said that was voted number one candy in America or something.
Candy corn?
Which is weird. Who the hell really likes candy corn? Apparently people do. Is it
not
a
Werther's
corn?
Original.
Wait,
Is
what?
it a corn or a candy? I can't. Or is it a corn?
It looks like a corn, like corn kernels.
I don't know. What's the deal?
What's the deal with candy corn? It's not a corn. It's not really a candy. This is an interesting email. This is from.
Who's it from?
This is from Noah Mawson,
What? That sounds like a
real person. He's
A
from.
real
He's
fan.
someone in Edmore, Michigan. I guess it's a
Really?
small village in Montclair County. Anyways, he writes, Dear ASP Stuff Radio, on my way to work, I was walking to my car and I found a birthday card on the sidewalk. I picked it up and naturally read it. But the content is a bit disturbing, and since I figured your show is disturbingly quirky and Halloween is approaching, I'd share this with you. All right, so the card begins with the quote from St. Thomas Aquinas, and it says, There's nothing on this earth to be prized more than true friendship. Dear Michael, you are an amazing big brother, but over and beyond, you are a friend, a best friend. People have said they wish they had a relationship with their sibling like we do. It really is rare and I appreciate. No, I highly value. No, I prize. No, love. No, cherish. No, would friggin' kill an innocent Amish family of goat herders, then eat their flanks dipped in goat blood and floss with intestine strings if it could describe how much I love you as a brother and friend. Happy birthday, you scatterlywag.
What?
That's
Who?
random.
Wait, I don't understand. He found this card.
He found this card lying on the
Who
ground,
wrote it?
and some weirdo wrote this to Michael.
And what's
So
his
should we?
What?
Should
What's
we
his
alert?
question?
No, he just thought our show would
So
be
I had to
appropriate to
share
share
it?
it with the audience. He said,
Well, should we alert the authorities?
I don't know if he meant this literally or figuratively. Was he expressing his love and appreciation?
Has there been news about some murdered Amish?
No, I just think it's a little
family?
creepy that he found the card lying on the ground, and that's what it read. And this is a real card that some guy found lying
Is this
around.
Real, or
This is real.
Is it a real
This
fake
is real.
or a fake real?
This is actually real.
Well, I think so. It's from Redhorn.
Edmore, Michigan.
Redmore.
Edmore, as in Mr. Ed, the horse.
So can we look up the Edmore news and find out if an Amish family was killed?
You have to look that up. It's a creepy, but
yeah, it's kinda creepy.
intestine strings. Is that what
yeah, that's gross.
It's a big jump from what kind of candy do you like to.
And who really
There's
is
a card.
that obsessed with their big brother? Anyways,
Yeah.
gosh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Would you kill an Amish family?
Probably not.
Is that bad?
That's- Yeah. On that note,
Okay.
are there any fun like cat Halloween stories or facts?
Yeah, like black cats.
Well, I was gonna share some Halloween facts, things you might not have known about Halloween. There is a cat fact, but it's not a good one.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay.
it's not a positive
No.
cat.
Cats have a permanent place in Halloween folklore. During the ancient celebration of Samhain, druids were said to throw cats into a fire, often in wicker cages, as part of a divination proceeding.
Trick or treat, bang bang.
Wait, that was it?
It's horrible.
So,
What the
is
last
there-
cat fact was?
Why? Why do they do that?
I don't know. Why does any
We are
weird
druids.
druids? What is a druid?
Yeah, what is a druid?
A druid is a priest, magician, or soothsayer in the ancient Celtic religion.
So it's like a
Why did they
sacrifice?
not like cats?
Maybe they're evil spirit, an evil.
Oh,
Animal.
ask Vince Scully. Vince Scully's got to know why
Yeah.
black cats are.
Hey Vin, what's a druid and why do they hate cats so much so that they would throw them in the fire?
And how does this relate to a baseball game?
Yeah. Can you tie it in with the...
once stated that a baseball player had a black cat that crossed his path, And he was immediately went into this batting slump, and he batted 101.
And so, since then, they decided all black cats should be thrown into flame.
Well, there is a part of the whole Cubs curse is related to a black cat.
I thought it was
Like in one of their postseason games way back when, a black cat ran onto the field, and they lost that series.
That had nothing to do with a goat?
No.
A cat.
Well, there's a couple things, right?
So cats just have bad luck themselves.
Yeah, gotta look out for those wicker baskets.
Yeah.
Can we throw cats over onto Wrigley Field and see what happens?
They wouldn't appreciate it.
Millions of cats
Just a bunch of black cats. See what happens.
crawling
It's
all over
Black
the baseball
Cat giveaway night at Wrigley Field.
Cat
Maybe
in the
they
bag.
should do that at the Indians field.
Yeah, they should give away goats and cats.
Oh, but that might curse the Indians.
Now, the Indians or the Indians?
The natives.
Natives.
The
Natives.
Cleveland
the
strong natives.
Cleveland tribe.
Cleveland Redskins.
That's insulting. It's offensive.
Yeah.
No, it's just a name of a football franchise.
Want to play some games before Paleto heads out?
Thought that was a
Sure.
game. Candy game. Huh?
Well, I have 3 games. We can pick. You could choose. The first one's based on Jimmy Fallon's "Say Anything." I don't know if you watch Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show.
Sometimes I haven't seen that game.
So Jimmy Fallon and his guest would take turns saying random words, and the first person to stumble, blank, or repeat a word gets a piece of tape stuck on their face. Now, of course, we can't do that part. No taping of the face is necessary because we're a radio show. But we're going to modify the game so that you can only use words that are related to Halloween.
So you just have to spew out words, and whoever can't come up with one, what happens?
They get thrown into a fire in a wicker basket.
In a wicker basket. All right. So then get us started.
So I'll go first, Steve Socrates, and then Paleto.
Okay, go.
All right. Frankenstein,
Blood.
Vampire.
witches,
Ghost.
Black cat.
broom.
Fangs.
Plato gone.
I said teeth.
You said teeth?
Teeth.
Did I?
I didn't hear you.
Does that count?
You said fangs.
Okay.
I
okay.
said teeth.
Oh, I didn't hear the teeth part.
I said teeth.
Oh, okay. All right. Start over. Ready?
Go.
Candy corn,
Zombies.
Pumpkins.
witches.
Said
Ghost.
that.
I already said it. Damn it.
yeah.
I can't repeat a word. All right. I'm out.
Okay.
All right. So Steve Socrates and Palarosis. Sounds like a disease. Go.
All right. Tootsie Roll.
Jolly Rancher.
I get that.
Mars.
Costume.
I was gonna say
Mars Attack? Martian? Is Mars bar? Is that a candy
Mars.
bar?
I was gonna say Mars. That's not a candy.
Man, we suck.
Yeah.
We're very limited in our
was
Halloween
there.
vocabulary. Do you want to
We
try?
have to smash an egg against our forehead.
Yeah, you should do that.
Grab an egg.
Smash
All
an
right.
egg against your
I
forehead.
got it here. Do you have one?
Yeah, here you go.
Okay, go ahead.
Smash it against your head.
Paul, did you get one?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try a non-Halloween? But then,
Yeah, let's do another one non-Halloween.
all right, we're gonna break the rules.
How about fall?
Fall.
The
Okay.
topic is fall.
All right.
Autumn.
Autumn. So this is our stuffified version.
Okay,
Mhm.
autumn.
All right, I'll go first. Autumn.
Leaves.
Trees.
Harvest.
Orange.
Pumpkin.
Farm.
Gorge.
Hayride.
Straw hat.
Scarecrow.
Ooh!
Uh-huh.
Gorge.
All right, you gotta smash an egg against your head.
Did
Is a
someone
gorge
ever say
okay?
Gorge?
What's a gorge? You mean gourd?
Gourd or gorge?
I think he meant gourd. That's a fruit.
Who said gorge?
Steven said gorge. Like, is that like
Let
a?
me look at it.
That's a verb, right? To gorge yourself.
Is like
Yeah,
a,
it's like to eat. You know,
Or
Thanksgiving.
no.
gorge.
Yeah. Okay. To eat a large amount of food.
Yeah. Come on.
All right. So like during Halloween or Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So am I out?
I think you're out. Yeah. There was a. I think pauses and
Not
inarticulate noises.
Because I did pause. How long of a pause do you get?
2 seconds.
And Jimmy Fallon, are they allowed to pause?
So you can't stumble, blank, or repeat a word. So I guess
So you're allowed to pause a little bit.
blanking. If it's like a 3-second pause, no. Want to do another round, or you want to hear? There's
Well, it's
some.
between you and Steven.
Okay. Fall.
is to determine the
Fall
winner.
theme. Okay. Ready? Pumpkin.
I said
Feathers.
that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Paul said
Oh.
that.
Okay. Start over. Sweet tomato.
Feathers.
Buttersquash.
Darkness.
Daylight savings time.
Yeah, you're out.
You're gone.
Did you say sweet tomatoes or?
Yeah.
I meant sweet potato.
Did you say sweet potato
God dang it.
or tomato?
I don't know about this.
Oh, you're horrible. I'm horrible.
Smash an egg on your face.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Smash a sweet tomato against your.
I'm thinking of sweet tomatoes. The
Alright.
all you can gorge
other
buffet.
games?
All you can gorge buffet.
We can gorge.
Oh, you can go.
All you can
Gorge
gorge.
yourself with gourds.
So I have two. There's the ASP stuff battle, and then there's this one game I thought of called De-Spookify Spooky Stories. I'll play a short, scary story, about 30 seconds. We'll listen to the creepy one, and then you have to modify it so that it's funny.
Where'd you come up with that?
I don't know, I was just
Let's
lying
try it.
down,
Thought of it?
just thought of it.
Okay.
Okay, something
Alright.
different. So I'll play the first story. Okay.
Here are 10 spooky Halloween short stories to keep you up tonight. Number 1. I begin tucking him into bed, and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement and see him. Another him, underneath the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed."
What? Wait.
That's the
there's
scary.
somebody.
That's
There's somebody that's under his bed that looks like his dad.
No, so the little vague, but so the boy, I'm assuming it's little Tommy's on the bed with his dad, or the dad's tucking him into bed, and Tommy says, "Daddy, can you look underneath my bed for monsters?" He looks underneath the bed and he sees. Shoot, now I don't know if it. Yeah, Tommy. I thought it was Tommy. He sees Tommy
Tommy's in the fetal position.
in the fetal,
shivering.
yeah, shivering, quivering, and then he says, "Someone's on my bed." On the top of my bed.
That's funny. That's funny already.
Yeah.
Uh,
Supposed to
So
be.
we have to decreepify that.
Decreepify it, yeah.
Okay.
So if you were to modify the story to make it funny, who would like to?
to make it funny or not scary.
Yeah, same thing. Not funny, not scary. Can you have a funny, scary story? I guess you could have a funny, scary.
Okay, how about he looks under the bed, sees the shivering duplicate of his son. He says, "Daddy, I think I just wet the bed."
Awkward.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
wet the bed?
that's
The guy-
I
the
guess-
one on top or the one underneath?
I think I wet the bed and the urine went through
It's
bed.
dripping on my head.
dripping on my head. There we
Went all
go.
the way through the mattress.
I think we need to get a new mattress.
Okay, we'll go shopping tomorrow.
All right, Stevocrates' turn.
So he looks under the bed and he sees a bunch of cats that are in fetal position.
Okay. It's a good try.
What did cats do?
Poop themselves?
They poop themselves? I had some time to think about one. The boy says, "Daddy, check for chickens under my bed." The father bends over to look underneath the boy's bed and sees a fat orange chicken wearing a golden toupee on its tiny head while pecking at candy corn. It looks at the father and says, "Bok bok." The father is not fluent in chickenese, but his son hands him a chicken to English translation pamphlet. The chicken again says, "Bok bok." According to the pamphlet, the orange chicken with the golden toupee said, "You're fired." The father, very perplexed, returns to his son, but he's nowhere to be found. Instead, on top of the bed is Donald Trump on all fours eating scattered pieces of Cheetos while uttering inarticulate chicken noises. The son opens the door with a bowl of soup in his hand and shouts, "Daddy, Daddy, this orange chicken soup is delicious."
It's random. Very random. But, so it's an orange chicken, but it's not actually orange chicken, right?
No, it's an actually orange
It's an actual orange
chicken.
All right.
So Donald Trump was under the bed?
But it was an actual chicken
orange
It was actual orange chicken.
wearing a toupee on its head.
Wearing a Donald Trump toupee.
Yeah, but then the real Donald Trump
You
was
stood
on,
up.
was on the bed eating
So-
Cheetos.
Did you
So-
hear that? I guess there's information that says back when Donald Trump was in military school, I guess when he was a teenager or something, him and his friends would actually eat oranges with the orange peels on so they could look tough.
Ew.
So that might explain a lot.
So he hates, what do you call it, the rind of the orange?
Orange rinds.
The peel, and then it just probably his body absorbed it all.
Which is the most nutritious part of the orange.
Maybe he still does that to this day,
Probably.
which explains his orange hue.
He has a whole stock of oranges.
Well,
Disturbing.
yeah. I have another scary story, or de-creepify.
Let's hear it.
A father is laying in bed after just waking up. He grabs the baby monitor and walks to his desk in his office at home. He has his baby on the baby monitor and hears his wife singing to her. He cracks a smile as he hears his wife, "Go to sleep, go to sleep." When suddenly, the front door opens up and his wife comes in with groceries.
That's funny. I still think these are funny stories. Not really creepy.
Because the grocery, that thing kind of makes it funny, doesn't it?
Walking in with groceries.
Yeah.
Time to eat dinner.
It was already funny. I don't
That's
know.
creepy because he thought the mom was upstairs talking to the kid, but instead, no.
So she walks in, she has grocery bag, and she says, "Oh, did you meet the new babysitter? She's upstairs."
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
She sounds
Still
just like
kinda-
me.
still kind of creepy why she's up there though, and he didn't know. I don't know.
So how would you de-spookify? This one I could not apply my non sequitur.
Orange chicken
Yeah.
knowledge.
No.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I think it was already funny. It depends. Maybe she what kind of grocery. Maybe she brought home the other part of the baby monitor.
Well, what about the person
remote
upstairs?
too?
What about the person upstairs? If that's his wife coming through the front door with groceries, then who's the lady upstairs?
It's the babysitter.
No, because he thought it was his wife.
Maybe it's a remote monitor. You can take it away from the home.
But
Maybe
how do
it's
we
a
make it? How do we make it
Android
into a
that's-
funny
it's-
story?
It's an android that takes care of babies. Is that not funny? Like an android?
So she walks in and she says, "Did that lady upstairs take out the trash yet?"
Or
Yeah.
it's Hillary Clinton Dressed up
scary.
dressed up as a
actually
witch
more-
with her evil laugh.
Yeah, but that's scary. That's not de-spookify. That's
Oh, wait,
making it
we're
worse.
amplispookyfying.
That is very creepy with her creepy laugh and her raised eyebrows.
Well, how about our next show? You guys come up with a funnier version of that,
of the grocery thing?
of the grocery store.
Okay.
The other game was the ASP stuff battle. Since the election is coming up, we need to play a game of stuff battle between Trump and Clinton.
ASP stuff.
Oh, yeah.
With the
Who's gonna win?
modification of because it's Halloween coming up. If they were to choose a Halloween character, who would win in a stuff battle, dressed up as a Halloween character?
Oh, you're adding a spin.
You gotta spin it.
So,
So-
what are they dressed up as?
So you have to think of a character from a Halloween character or a monster that's suitable to each, and then
Well, how about
decide.
Trump is dressed as Clinton and Clinton's dressed as Trump?
They're not Halloween. They're not classic Halloween monsters though.
Oh.
You gotta pick like a Frankenstein vampire, or a mummy,
Well, whatever
or
suit
witch,
them.
which would suit their character. So two parts of the game. What would Trump dress up for Halloween, or what kind of monster do you think he'd be? Same with Clinton, and then
Orange chicken?
and who would win in a stuff battle?
That's pretty dangerous. An orange chicken, pecking away.
Okay, so Donald Trump. And that's okay. So Donald Trump is dressed up as an orange chicken with a big beak.
and like one of those glottals, like a jowls.
Okay.
And Hillary Clinton's dressed up like a giant dog that barks.
Like Clifford the dog.
But those aren't classic Halloween.
That's got to be
true.
close. I could see Trump as Frankenstein.
Yeah, he's definitely Frankenstein.
With
or
the-
the monster.
Yeah, the monster Frankenstein.
There was a
Clinton would
couple.
have to be the witch.
The witch.
Yeah.
So Trump the Frankenstein and Clinton the witch. Who would
Yeah.
win in a stuff battle?
I think Clinton would win. She'd get that broom and just start smacking the Frankenstein Trump.
But then I actually think Trump would win because he'd appeal to win, and then he'd end up.
All he can do is just moan and groan, and that's what he does right now. He doesn't have
Wrong.
a chance.
That's
Doesn't
his,
really
Wrong.
enhance his abilities at all.
that's his superpower.
Wrong.
He would never be wrong.
He would just.
How could
Make
you
her
lose if
emails.
you're never wrong?
Make her emails vanish as a witch.
Do witches cast spells?
Yeah, they do spells and fly on brooms
Yes.
and
Do they send emails?
boil frogs.
And all that Trump can do is
Franken-Trump.
utter the same monotonous.
He's very much himself.
Just do whatever
He
Trump
doesn't
does.
add anything to him. He's just a little bit greener or less orange.
And wouldn't he say like a bunch of racial comments or something? Racist
Yeah, he'd have
comments?
to mumble racial slurs,
Yeah.
kind of groan them out. Send back the Mexicans. But that's how it sounds like right now.
build a wall. I will destroy you with my
He
bare
could
orange
build
hands.
the wall himself, though. He'd be stronger.
hmm
I don't remember.
And Frankenstein doesn't have a brain, does he?
Neither does Trump.
Frankenstein might actually
Neither does
win.
Trump. Yeah.
Frankenstein would be a good candidate.
I would
then.
vote for Frankenstein, though.
over Trump.
Franken-Trump.
Paulito, were you gonna stick around, or are you gonna
I should probably go eat some orange chicken.
some orange chicken soup?
You found it under your bed there with the toupee.
The golden, glistening toupee, flowing in the wind,
the toupee flap.
gone
can
with
hit you.
gone with the wind.
And we need to go see who's winning the World Series,
The rigged series.
the rigged series between the Chicago Clintons and the Cleveland
Yeah.
Trumps.
So what do you guys think about that color theory of mind?
What if it was Blue Jays versus Reds?
Well, that's not the case. What we're looking at is the Chicago Cubs blue and the Indians red. Red for Republicans, blue for Democrats.
There's probably something to that. I guess I'm voting for Trump.
You're voting for Trump. So you want the Cubs to win?
No, the Indians.
Or the Indians, yeah. The red. Although, if you listen to the YouTube video I sent, I guess back in the day, the Republicans used to be associated with the color blue, and the Democrats were associated with red.
So they were actually blue states.
Blue states, yeah.
Well,
switch
Lincoln
ties.
was a Republican.
And
So historically, what you would think of as a Democrat was actually a Republican back then.
Liberal. They were liberal.
Yeah, more liberal, more for the people,
moderately
the
conservative.
common people. Yeah,
Real, genuine conservative values.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not the strict insurgent carpet bombing mentality.
Yeah. Somewhere around the World War One and later, it changed.
Well, Trump has good American values. I mean, multiple wives.
Grabbing women genitalia.
Highly...
Reaching out to the women. That's what people tune in here for the slapstick jokes.
They don't want to hear about candy, your favorite candy.
No.
Boring. Stupid.
Came up with that.
That's-
Heideco, jeez.
What a stupid question.
Come up with better material.
Come on, Heideco. What's your go-to Halloween candy? Come on. Lame.
We read another one of his emails on the air.
Yeah, what is this? A Vin Scully show?
No, come on.
He's been listening to us for a whole year, and now we're trash.
Now we're trashing poor Heideco.
Come back, Heideco.
You're our only listener.
What about Gita? Did she
I don't know.
listen?
I'm pretty sure we offended her.
Yeah, and I think she's waiting for another terrorist attack to
Yeah.
comment. All right.
Alrighty, Pauleto.
Gotta get some orange chicken.
Enjoy your orange Cheeto chicken soup.
Cheetos, nasty.
All right, you're stuffed out.
I'm all stuffed up.
So what do we got next? What's on the back burner there?
Well, now that you guys made it seem like we were talking about boring stuff regarding Halloween candy, I don't even know if I should go on with my facts about Halloween.
What was the other facts? Give us. Let's see. Maybe it's possible. Might not be that bad.
All right. Well, let's start with a juicy one then.
All right.
Ever wondered about the origins of poisoned Halloween candy?
Yeah.
You thought about it?
I mean, that was back in the 80s. But
Back in the 80s. So that's one of the biggest fear parents have on Halloween, is that their kids' Halloween candy might be poisoned or even containing what do you call it? Razor blades.
So is that fact or myth?
Well, the trick or myth. So the root
There we go.
the root of that fear, I guess, can be traced back to two known cases, at least with food poisoning. So there hasn't been any cases of candy with razor blades, but there are two known cases of poisoned candy, but not by strangers. So they included, these two stories included family members. So in 1970, so here's the first case. In 1970, a 5-year-old boy died of a heroin overdose after deciding, hey, I'm going to try my uncle's heroin stash. And I guess they had an open relationship. But investigators later found out that the family had sprinkled some heroin on the boy's candy in order to make it look like he died from poison candy.
So they wanted to kill the boy?
The family wanted to make it look like his son died from candy poisoning. So they try to cover up the tracks, make it look like a stranger did it. Yeah.
Okay. But it was really they were sharing heroin with
I don't know
your
if I don't know the full details of the story, but
Interesting.
I guess maybe they were out of town, or the kid said, hey, my uncle's always sniffing up this white powdery substance. I'm curious what this is
So
like.
it had nothing to do with the candy, really.
No. So, but I guess that's one of the reasons why that fear came about somehow.
So probably the first case was back in the 70s.
Now, there's another. The second case is also in the 70s, but 4
Okay.
years later. And so, in 1974, 8-year-old boy named Timothy O'Brien, he died of cyanide poisoning after eating a pixie sticks, which is Heidego's favorite candy.
Oh no!
What do you know?
Heideco.
Heideco, watch out.
Careful.
So this kid died of cyanide poisoning from eating a pixie sticks, and investigators found out later that his father had taken out a $20,000 life insurance policy on each of his children, and he poisoned his own son. So in an effort to, again, cover his tracks, he distributed the tainted candy to 3 other children, including his daughter, claiming that a neighborhood madman had caused the death of his son.
How old was? Jeez,
It's insane. Yeah, that's insane. That's a scary story right there. But this is the only known story of a person who intentionally poisoned Halloween candy.
So there was pixie sticks.
Yeah, the pixie sticks was contaminated. The father poisoned it with cyanide. That's what killed his son. I guess he did it all only to get money from his life insurance policy.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's insane.
Guess he really didn't like his son.
Nope.
Scary Halloween story.
Scary Halloween fact.
But it was all family related. So
Yes. So
be wary of your family.
So that's the moral of the story.
It's better to get candy from strangers than your family.
Yeah, don't trust your mom and dad when they give you a Snickers bar or a pixie sticks.
Pixie, yeah.
So that's
don't snort that pixie dust.
No. So trust your strangers, but don't trust your family members or relatives. All right, so let's continue with the Halloween facts.
Any Vinscoli non-juicy ones?
Yeah, here we go. Where did Halloween come from? Halloween originates from a Celtic tradition called Samhain, or Samhain. It's a festival that marked the end of the Celtic calendar year. They believed it was a time that spirits or fairies could enter our world, perhaps from another supernatural world, and people would put out treats and food to pacify or calm down the spirits. And sometimes a place at the table was even set up for the souls of the dead. And it was also common for the Celts to wear costumes and masks during the festival to ward off or confuse any evil spirits, hence the origins of trick-or-treating and dressing up in costumes.
So they would actually give them a seat at the dining table there?
Yes, they would. They'd create a little space, set up a table with chairs, and place some food and other treats, hoping to calm down the evil spirits, so they wouldn't play any evil tricks on them.
So you think they were visited by ghosts, maybe?
I guess that was the time where a portal was opened and allowed the non-physical spirits or souls to enter our world.
Maybe they had clairvoyant people try to talk with these dead spirits or something.
Have a philosophical conversation about the origins of life and death.
Some people can speak to the dead. I don't know about philosophers.
They can communicate with them. What do they use? The cell phone or?
Sixth sense.
Okay, the sixth sense. I thought we only have 5 senses.
Well, people that can speak to spirits have that added sense. That's why they call it the sixth sense.
What about the 7th sense? At that point, you're probably communicating with intergalactic.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe you're communicating with a higher dimension.
Now, the name Halloween comes from the Catholics. So the word Halloween means Eve of the Saints. Originally, it was called Hallowmass, but then evolved from All Hallows Even to Halloween. So it just means the Eve of the Saints. So for Catholics, this was a 3-day holiday where saints are honored and people pray for the recently deceased. And I guess the Pope in the 11th century declared that the holiday would last from October 31st until November 2nd, most likely because that was when Samhain was celebrated and the church was trying to convert the pagans and assimilate their holidays that fell on or around October 31st.
They just wanted to celebrate a little bit longer.
Assimilate their holidays.
It took extra time for those other types.
Those other types. And speaking of other types, as Trump would say, the Mexicans, and I'm sure you already know, or most people do, they celebrate the Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos. Muertos. On the Christian holidays, All Saints Day on November 1st, or All Souls Day on November 2nd. So the Mexicans would dress up like gals, and skeletons, and they would parade down the street. But I'm not sure if Trump would approve of that behavior.
Oh, he'd ban that type of behavior?
He'd ban it because he's a racist.
Sure. Well, they would already be over the wall on the other side at that point.
Let's see what else. Versions of trick-or-treating have existed since medieval times. In the past, it was known as guising, where children and poor adults went around in costumes during Hallowmass begging for food, such as soul cakes, which is a type of pastry, and money in exchange for songs or prayers. It was also called souling. Souling. May I please have some more? Please, I would like some more soul cakes.
Is that where you're eating souls?
Eating some souls.
Ingesting souls. So I guess it's part of paying your gratitude or your...
So that's the general idea behind Halloween. Respecting the dead.
Respecting those who have passed before you.
But the reason why they call it trick-or-treating is because if you don't offer treats, then the evil spirits might play a trick on you. I think that's the idea.
Trick or treat, bang, bang.
We go back to the Celts in history. And what we discover on this night is that this is the night when the spirits of the dead, good and bad, would wander about. This was the time you could communicate with them, that you could have contact. The problem is that you had both good and evil spirits. And so what people would do is they would put out food, they would give treats. And the words that would come out as trick or treat would mean that either you provide a treat or the evil spirits would do something to you. And they can be vicious and very harmful. And so that's where the origin of it comes from, the appeasement of spirits. Now, through the years, of course, it's been polished a little bit, but it's amazing that we use the same words today. And what we go out and we say is trick or treat. And those are the same words, historically, that were used to appease demons.
Trick or treat, bang, bang.
So have you been visited by one of these spirits in your lifetime?
Not recently. A long time ago, yeah.
So a while back.
Not recently, but back in my time.
In another life.
I did have this interesting, I didn't have a soul or spirit visit me, but I did have an uncanny soul-like experience where I felt my body or soul transcended my body. I was out-of-body experience. That's what it felt like. But I think I was dreaming. It could have been a dream.
But this is, you actually picked this moment out because it's something memorable.
Yeah, I remember. I clearly remember. Actually, okay, so I had two when I was a kid. I felt like my soul exited or came out of my body, and then I saw like ghosts floating around everywhere.
Well, so you don't remember if you were sleeping, but
I remember it happened at night.
Okay.
But when I woke up, it felt, or I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if I was sleeping, dreaming, or if it actually happened. Yeah, that was really bizarre. And then another time,
you don't remember what the dream was about, other than that you just...
Maybe it was a dream, but the dream, if it were a dream, that's what I dreamt. But when I felt like it actually happened. Like I felt like I was awake.
Come out of the room screaming, "Mommy, mommy"?
No, I accepted it. I just felt like I
accepted that I
was hovering over myself.
Out of your body.
Yeah, and I saw you and Paulito sleeping in your bed, and I was hovering around or floating like a spirit.
Like Descartes in your short film.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Thinking outside the bodily box.
All right. And then you had another.
And then, yeah, when I think I was in high school, I remember I was in that psychedelic kitchen in Orioline.
The psychedelic kitchen.
Yeah, the kitchen floor was quite psychedelic. The people who built that kitchen was definitely on some hashish when they built that floor.
Yeah.
But so I was
vinyl flooring, I think,
in the kitchen, and I opened the drawer, and when I pulled out a fork, I felt a sudden cold gust of wind penetrate right through my body. Like it didn't go around me; it felt like it went right through me. Casper the Ghost went right through me.
And that's the only time you've ever felt that.
That was it. That was the
one time.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was to happen again, it would bring back memories from that moment.
Well, if it happened again, I'd probably freak the fuck out if it happened recently.
Because it would be like that same spirit had come to revisit you.
Mm-hmm.
But it was because you'd taken their fork.
Maybe. Don't take that fork.
But
I don't know why
it's not like you didn't throw the fork away, did you?
No, I just, and I paused. When that happened, I was frozen. I felt I couldn't move for a good 30 seconds.
So it was when you opened the drawer and when you grabbed it.
So I opened the drawer, grabbed the fork, and then I couldn't move because I felt a cold, sharp, like wind or something. I don't know what it. When there wasn't windy, there was no doors open, no windows open. I don't know. Maybe that house is haunted.
You might have a sixth sense that you're not tapping into. An untapped sense.
So I need to tap it open, keep it open.
Yes, somehow you can develop it or strengthen it.
Does that sound odd or bizarre? I mean, have you had any kind of weird experiences?
Not really. Usually, I think I've heard a TV turn on when I'm not. I think that's happened a couple times. But I just figure it's just
programmed on to go on at a certain time.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I know that happened at our old house. The TV just randomly turned on,
or the doorbell ringing in the middle of the night, or the toilet flushing. I guess.
Well, I haven't heard a toilet flush. I have heard the doorbell ringing, but I figure it's just somebody doing a prank. Oh, now our father, I think
our father of a doctor.
He claimed, father of a doctor. He claimed that he heard the doorbell go off.
Like somebody
was holding the doorbell.
Yeah, they're holding it on for an indefinite amount of time. Like, ding.
Yeah, he's heard that. I don't know if he went to open the door to see if somebody was there.
I think he did, and there was nobody around.
There's nobody there.
And keep in mind that we were living on a hill, pretty isolated. Well, we had neighbors, but...
Oh, yeah, that was way on a hill, yeah.
The Maynard house.
For some hoodlum to be doing that would be...
Very rare.
Very random.
Yeah. And...
So we've been linked to weird things. What about, you said somebody, toilet flushing?
I think that was Pauleto. He
we have to
heard...
ask Pauleto.
Yeah, we have to ask him, but I think the story was that he was on the bed, he heard the toilet flush, and then he noticed that nobody was there.
Jeez.
And it wasn't like a problem with the toilet, a drip or anything. It was actual flush. The whole flush.
It's kind of scary.
And then he just realized, I think he said, "Mother, are you in the toilet?" or something. Mother, where are you? Are you flushing the toilet? And then Pauleto tiptoes over, and he sees nothing. Nothing. Nobody.
Scary.
Those are scarier tales than the ones we heard earlier.
Yeah. The orange chicken under the bed. Although the guy kind of sounded scary.
Yeah, I think that's what made it scary. The music and the guy telling the story. But when you just tell it as a normal person would without the music, then it's hilarious.
And he reached over with the baby monitor, and he slowly creeped over to the bed. And as he looked slowly towards the wall, the baby looked back at him.
And Neil deGrasse Tyson crawled on the floor and fell into a black hole.
And then he came out of a toilet that had randomly flushed itself.
And he went inside a wormhole. And then his grandmother asked, "Where's the bacon?"
Next.
So, what else we got?
We got more Halloween facts.
Do a couple more.
Right. According to ancient tradition, if a person wears his or her clothes inside out and then walks backwards on Halloween, he or she will see a witch at midnight.
Try that. Maybe you'll see a ghost.
Do it. I dare you to do it.
So what do?
You wear your clothes inside out, walk backwards on Halloween, and you will see a witch at midnight.
Has to be exactly at midnight.
Now, people might see Hillary Clinton. That doesn't count. In Trump's case, if he wears his toupee inside out and walks forwards on Halloween, he will see an orange chicken at midnight.
All right.
Okay, more facts. Turnips. The first jack-o'-lanterns were actually made from turnips. There you go.
How could you... What the hell? Turnip is hollow?
I don't know how... Yeah.
Turnip's not hollow.
Is the turnip part of the pumpkin family?
I don't know.
How do you make a...
Squash family?
How do you make carve a turnip?
I don't know.
How do you scrape out its innards, its guts?
They used to do it, apparently.
Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, there was
juicy ones.
Oh, there's this, and here's an interesting one. So, candy makers supposedly lobbied to extend daylight savings time into the beginning of November to get an extra hour of daylight so children could collect even more candy, thereby forcing people to purchase more candy to meet the demand. They wanted it so badly that during the 1985 hearings on daylight savings, they put candy pumpkins on the seat of every senator.
Did it work?
This is according to an NPR story, so here's a clip.
Okay.
This may be kind of an urban legend, but I thought I had heard that one of the backers behind extending daylight saving time into the beginning of November was the candy industry, and it all had to do with Halloween.
This is no kind of legend. This is the truth. For 25 years, candy makers have wanted to get trick-or-treat covered by daylight saving, figuring that if children have an extra hour of daylight, they'll collect more candy. In fact, they went so far during the 1985 hearings on daylight saving as to put candy pumpkins on the seat of every senator, hoping to win a little favor. They didn't get it then, but they got it this time.
They got it this time.
That's why we have daylight savings time, or that influenced daylight savings time.
Really? Because we wanted to have more candy?
More candy, so kids could pay up and buy candy.
Jeez.
Which makes
It has nothing to do with saving daylight.
Farmers and saving... No. All about money and greed.
All about getting you fat and sweet calories.
And poor. and poor. And another fact, thanks to Halloween, the candy industry in America makes an average of $2 billion annually. That's
all man-made profit.
That's 90 million pounds of chocolate. So Americans spend an estimated $6 billion on just Halloween stuff, including candy, costumes, decorations.
Yeah, but so what if there was no Halloween?
Then we'd go bankrupt.
Who would go bankrupt?
We'd
candy
lose a lot of money.
would.
The corporate America. So that's why you got your daylight savings time extended. Now, here's a depressing, but it's a fact that I think I should share. Mm-hmm. So children are more than twice as likely to be killed in a car accident on Halloween than any other night.
Yeah, well, now they have trunk or treat. You ever heard of that? People have candy set up on the trunk of their car. I think they park, I don't know, with the trunks of the car facing the street, so you can kind of, I think you could just have it in a parking lot instead of walking from door to door or from house to house. You could just walk from car to car that's parked,
like in a neighborhood.
Yeah, okay. Maybe in a neighborhood or something like that. But I agree, it is more dangerous, probably because there's more kids out, more pedestrians out.
Kids are out. There's a lot of cars, a lot of people, idiot drivers.
Yeah,
it's late. There's more daylight savings. Extend the hour.
I think it's better to be in a costume that's more fluorescent or orange.
Bright orange. Dress up as an orange chicken.
You can't be missed.
Speaking of orange pumpkins, the largest pumpkin ever measured was grown by Norm Craven, who broke the world record in 1993 with a 836-pound pumpkin.
Jeez.
It's a fat-ass pumpkin. I don't even know if people get that fat.
How do you even move a pumpkin that big?
How do you even carve with a little tiny butter knife?
Yeah, you probably carve it with a butter knife. We were carving pumpkins this past weekend.
Did you use a plastic knife?
No, we had tools.
Okay.
The tools really help.
So you have to buy special tools for carving pumpkins. You can't just use any ordinary knife, like a steak knife.
I did it a few years ago. I was using a Cutco knife or a sharp knife.
Okay.
It's okay. It's not as good as the tools, though.
Okay, so you already had a knife that was pretty good at it.
That was good, decent, but you really don't want to use a knife. You want to use... They're just like pumpkin. They're specific to carving pumpkins.
All right, so that's what I should do then.
You could do it this weekend. Go get a pumpkin.
I'm going to get a pumpkin, and I'm going to get a carving
Make sure you get the tools.
And carve a damn pumpkin, because I'd never done that on my own.
Yeah.
The last time I carved a pumpkin was when I was a little boy.
Really?
A little brown boy. All right, let's close out with some Larry David clips.
Trick or treat.
How old are you?
13. 13?
13?
Yeah.
You look more like 16 or maybe even
No,
17.
we're 13.
Can we just have our
You're
candy,
13?
please?
Can I get some candy?
Where's your costumes?
I'm being my sister.
You're being your
This
sister.
is my
I'm a
costume.
teacher.
You're a teacher. Yeah.
So can we get
Boy,
some
I'd
candy,
like to get
Grandpa?
my
Yeah, no,
kid
honestly,
in your
can we have our
class.
candy?
Yeah, candy.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Are you kidding? It's
No.
Halloween.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you're entitled to just go around to people's homes and bilk them out of candy.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
God,
Thanks for
asshole.
nothing,
Fuck
Matthew.
you. Larry!
Can you believe this?
Those girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would they do something like that?
Because I didn't give them candy. That's
Right.
why.
You're standing at the door with a bowl of candy. Why can't you
Because
just
I
give
don't
them
think
some candy?
17-year-old girls with no costume on. They didn't have a costume on. You shouldn't be allowed.
Who cares?
They were just using Halloween to get candy.
Who cares? It's
I
Halloween.
do. You
Just
can't
give them
just
candy.
use the holiday for your own selfish purposes.
Oh, so what? So what? So you'd rather have them toilet paper your house?
Well, I
later?
didn't know that it was going to be felony or treat. I don't think the trick extended to felonies.
Why would it kill you just to give them a few pieces of candy? I don't understand that.
Because there's got to be some kind of cutoff, shouldn't there be, for Halloween?
What is with you and your cutoffs and your shouldn't there be and should there be? Who cares?
What, are they going to be 40? Trick-or-treating at 40?
What are they?
Do I have free candy? I'm
Where do you
40
have
years old. I want
cutoffs
free
and-
candy.
What's the cutoff for trick or treating? There's got to be a cutoff. There's got to be a cutoff.
Alrighty.
Any final thoughts about trick or treating?
I guess be careful of real ghosts.
Yeah. Watch out for orange chickens at midnight if you walk backwards with your clothes inside out.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. You gonna try it?
Maybe I'll. Why not? You never know.
Sure.
Maybe if I tap into that sixth sense, I might.
You and your droid 9C. Try it.
We'll wear our clothes inside out, walk backwards, and then await at 12 midnight.
Wait patiently
for Hillary Clinton to pop up out of nowhere. I'm having a seizure. All right.
We are all stuffed.
Yep, with all the candy corn stuffed in my nose and pixie dust in my brain. This is ASP Stuff Radio. We are all stuffed up with goulash.
Silver sparkle glimpse on life. You're on the outside and among the faces where they can always read your mind. Now you've become an open wasteland. You are naked to the bone. Yes, you are naked to the bone. Take your time to take a side, then take your seat among the faces. She only speaks through rays of light. Now you've become an open wasteland. You are stripped down to the bone. Yes, you are stripped down to the bone. Stayed awake all night, reimagining the open spaces, the echoes where we used to hide. Now you are like an open
So who are you going to vote for?
Yeah, that's a personal
It's personal.
question.
That's why I want a personal answer.
Personally, I prefer not to answer.
So you take the 5th.
So they had no costumes.
Right, they had no
Yeah.
costumes, and for some reason that
Yeah.
really upset him.
Now, you're
so-
sure there was no costumes? I mean, because sometimes they can be very subtle costumes.
No, they weren't subtle at all. There were no costumes. They were just going around from house to house trying to get candy.
Well, by your descriptions, dark hair, 20 years old, I mean, there's 10,000 kids that could fit that description. I
It
don't
was
know.
sort of Elvira-ish. She looked like Elvira.
So you was kind of in a little bit of a costume there then, with the Elvira thing.
No, that wasn't a costume. I'm just using Elvira to describe her, that's all. It's just a way to, it's a shorthand.
They knocked on the door, they said trick or treat.
Yeah, they said trick or treat, and
And you had treats.
He had some.
I was giving out candy all night, but I don't have to give them candy. They don't deserve candy, and I don't deserve this. Bald asshole? That's a hate crime. We're a sect. We're a group. You can't call us bald assholes. What if we were gay? There would be gay asshole? That's a hate crime.
But it says bald asshole. It doesn't say really bald. It's
Okay,
not
but
race.
we consider ourselves a group of people.
Sir, I'm bald. I'm not offended.
Well, with all due respect, Officer Burt, you are not bald, okay? You have chosen to shave your hair. That's a look that you're cultivating to be fashionable, and we don't really consider you part of the bald community, with all due respect.
Did they threaten you in any way? Did you see weapons of any kind?
No, there was no threat except for the trick threat.
What's the trick threat?
Well,
the trick or treat. No treat, trick. It's a threat. How far can you take these tricks?
It was any other night, sir.
Trick or treat, bang, bang.
But it's trick or treat.
Halloween.
We cut the kids a little slack on Halloween.
Yeah.
There's kind of a social contract that you enter when you open that door. They say trick or treat. I would advise you give the treat.
Why don't you just give him the candy next time, Larry?
I will not be intimidated, even on Halloween.